Hey, this is Shawn. I'm coming to you from my condo in Hawaii. I wanted to do a quick update on, generally on my life, on my channel, some changes going on in multiple different areas. I started this YouTube channel about 2 years ago. My brother-in-law has a YouTube channel for tropical plants, and he'd been doing it for a while, had some success. He goes, you lead a pretty exciting life. You should start a YouTube channel. I travel a lot. I ride motorcycles. I scuba dive, snorkel, hike, jumped out of airplanes. I've done a lot of neat stuff. And I thought, cool, I'll share some of my experiences. As soon as I started my YouTube channel, it wasn't, I don't know, 6 months later, I had shoulder surgery on this arm here. My new tattoo there, along with my new big lump there, all due to all the physical therapy. Anyway, I had shoulder surgery. Obviously, that put a bit of a damper on some of my activities. So I started my channel, started uploading some videos, some fun stuff. Along the way, I've had relationships and I bought and sold homes. I just had a lot going on. I have a full-time job. It's very time consuming. So given that I've had three shoulder surgeries in the last 16, 18 months, I'm 6 months post-op. I'm getting ready to get very active again. I'm finally getting to the point where I can do, pretty much anything I want for the most part with my arm. So going forward, I just wanted to mention that this YouTube channel, Shawn on the Go, is going to become more of a vlog channel. I just want to start documenting my life, sharing my experiences in a much simpler format that doesn't take a lot of editing. So moving forward, I'm hoping to post a video every week, maybe a couple times a week. I'm constantly between Hawaii and California. I have homes in both. And moving forward through the end of this year and into next year, I'm going to be changing. So what I want to do is start two new YouTube channels. I've already started them. I have placeholders. I need to start getting more content uploaded. I want to make one of them focus primarily on my finances. I'm 55, and this year I've just recently announced to my company I'm going to retire. So I'm going to retire early, not that early, but early, and I'm going to live off my own money. So one of the things I've been wanting to do for my whole life is just travel the world. I love travel. Even though I've only taken vacations and traveled for work, I've been to 17 countries and 15 if you count the ones I've actually been into. So I've been to like England and been to Hong Kong, but I'm basically at the airport, went outside, had lunch. Doesn't really count. Moving forward, I am going to make some major life changes from quitting my job, uh, you know, selling, renting out homes, getting my life down to a more reasonable level. I know something that's, I don't know if it's an American thing or global, but is life creep. As we, get married, have kids, buy a home, buy a nicer car, do all these things, you start just getting more stuff. And I know I've spent the last few months just really getting rid of stuff since I sold a house last year and I'm getting ready to sell or rent out another one very, very soon. I'm trying to liquidate stuff to give me freedom. One of my channels is going to focus on my finances, not just working towards retirement, getting my finances cleaned up, but my finances working towards retirement where I'm self-sufficient, living on my own. I don't know if you would call it fire because I'm 55, but at the same time, I will be living off my own funds for at least 5 to 10 years. I'll get into more of this later, but I have other funds I can access in 3 or 4 years, and of course, more funds 10 years down the road. My second YouTube channel, I want to focus just on my travel. Now, when I say on my travel, I want to get videos that are, the hotel reviews, highlights of a city or a country. I know I've been mixing, hodgepodging everything together. So someone may subscribe to my channel because of some diet or fitness something. They may subscribe due to a motorcycle ride or maybe a hotel review. So I want to kind of separate that out. And this channel will be my primary channel with me, my life. I may talk about things, but when I get into the specifics or reviewing it, the finances, I'll do it on another channel. So I will post links down below to each of these channels. Basically, it's going to be, Shawn on the Go, Shawn on Finances, Shawn on Travel. It's all me, one person. I'm currently in a relationship, and I don't want to dig too deep into this rabbit hole. But if you do or don't know me, I was married for 20 years, got divorced about 8 or 9 years ago. I've had 3 relationships since. The first one about 2.5 years, second one about 4 years, and I'm in the current relationship now for about a year and a half. Up till October of last year, I had 3 homes. I mean, I won't even get into the finances here, but the homes with the utilities and everything, I was bleeding somewhere around 9-10 grand a month just in house payments and utilities. I will post some videos very, very soon, just giving the broad overview in each of these channels, going through the different aspects of my life and how it's going to be changing, what my plans are. Because as of now, I do have plans. I do have goals. I do have a list of countries I want to visit. I do have a budget. I mean, I pretty much at this point have it mostly all worked out. The only thing I'm waiting to resolve is my job. As soon as I announced my retirement, my company announced a corporate restructuring. Now, typically we think of that being a layoff, downsizing, and that may be, but they announced this 2 months ago, right about the time I decided I wanted to retire, literally weeks later. And no matter what we think, how fearful we are, because we don't know, we all speculate and guess, and the rumor mill and gossip, you know, is giving us more information than management is. I do believe my job would be secure. It would just change. Heaven forbid they give me a new role that I just thoroughly love, and I'm ecstatic to keep working. I do make pretty good money. I appreciate what I do have, but just over the last year, I've been very unhappy with my job. I won't say who I work for. If you know me, you know. But there's been a lot of changes over the last year, and I just find that lately I've been very unhappy with my job. I was, I don't know, fortunate or unfortunate that for my last shoulder surgery, my doctor said he would only do it if I took, 3 months off work to recuperate, which I took. And having 3 months off work, it was amazing the level of, you know, stress that just eventually, I mean, it took a month, but eventually the stress melted away. I couldn't do a lot. I was in a sling for months. I wasn't out there just having fun. I was at home resting, Netflixing shows or, binge watching shows. I wasn't being as active and, doing things. But once the stress level came down, I really was off work, just being me. I found I was doing things I enjoyed. Let's see. Let's go take a look. You see my girlfriend's over here, right over here. That one there. That's my girlfriend anyway. But let's take a peek outside real quick. So we are looking off at the mountains, and as you can see, this is the view most times. It looks very cloudy. Blue skies out there. But if we go over here to Diamond Head, there's the Alawai Canal. We go over here to Diamond Head. That's Diamond Head. And then we have like a peekaboo view of the ocean. You can barely see the ocean through some of these buildings out there. So I just want to give a little update where my life is, where my life is heading. I'm going to again have the links to the 2 new YouTube channels, and I'm going to try to start putting out, I'll just say with the new channels, probably, one video every couple of weeks. I'll shoot for 2 a month initially because I still have a job. I'm still working. And in mid-October, I'm going to take a few weeks off. The point of that trip is to be a trial run. I plan to get out and, go to either Eastern Europe, the Albania, Croatia, that region. I've been to Italy, been to France, been to Spain. I've been to a lot of countries, but I've not been through that region. Or I've been to, Thailand. I've been to, a lot of Asian countries, but I've not been to like Vietnam, Cambodia, and a few that I was thinking to go to. I've been to Indonesia. I've been to a lot, but I want to check out some of the places I haven't been. Because right now, the day I retire and I buy a ticket, I'm debating to go to Asia or to go to Eastern Europe. Although I'm definitely leaning towards Asia just because I know it. Warm, nice weather. I've been there, very affordable. One of the things going into retirement, especially planning to live off my own finances. And just so you know, I started doing dividend investing. I won't dig too deep here, but I have enough dividend stocks as of today that I'm making about 40 grand a year without batting an eye. And by the time I actually retire, that'll keep growing. Plus, I'll put a little more money in. I'll be making 40, 50 grand a year not working. And that's dividends, assuming they're safe and stable and don't stop. So when I do retire, I'll be living off that, hopefully not touching my principal. The idea is 4 or 5 years later, or 3 or 4 years later, when I touch my IRA, Roth IRA at 59 and a half and 60, I'll still have the original money I started with because I plan to keep my life, costs, my monthly costs, my yearly costs below that threshold, so that money will continue to grow. So the trip in October, November will be to scout out a couple countries or locations. And my company also does a shutdown around Christmas for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I can easily take a few days, get another 2-week trip if I want to. But since I'm looking to retire shortly after that, my idea is to come back, work January, maybe part of February, and go out. So I may not do another trip around the holidays. I may just spend it with my family. I am going to cut this video off here, and I will post links down below to the other channels. I'll hopefully be able to post at least a video every 2 weeks to each of those. The finance channel will be a little easier because I'm just going to talk about my finances. I may throw some statements up and block some things out, some spreadsheets I've been working on. But I want to outline my finances heading into retirement on my own, as well as the finance of traveling the world globally. I've always said I've got the maturity of a 12-year-old, right? I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. I'm high energy. But I say I pay my taxes. I'm good at my job. I raise my kids so I can be as immature as I frickin' want to. I like to have fun. As we head into the end of this year, things could change with my job. And I'm using a microphone, so I don't know if you hear that. Hopefully you don't. There's a siren in Waikiki. If you don't hear a siren, you're not in Waikiki. So I've got my windows over here open. I have these huge sliding windows. And obviously it's nice for the breeze, but bad for the sirens if you are hearing it. Otherwise, I'll determine how good this microphone actually is. But as we head into the end of the year, I absolutely am planning to retire short of my job doing something incredible, which I don't expect. So look for more vlogging videos of this type going forward. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. And if you like this type of video, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to get updates on my newest adventures as I plan my retirement and start traveling the world.